when we ask for reparations, we're not asking you for a dime.
No, not at all.
We're not trying to punish you at all. You don't owe me shit. You never mistreated me. As a matter of fact, some of you are my best friends. So I like to do that. Some of you people.
You people? Who you mean you people? That's a trigger language. You're triggering me over here.
Right. Some of you people, white people, are my best friends. I got white friends.
We're talking about those good white people.
Yeah, we're talking about them good white folks, They want to like Lisa D, she one of the good ones. What's his name? Ross says, I don't like that term people of color because anyone with a darker shade or a minority falls into that category, which we have to include everyone, right? Lisa D, my producer, she them good white people. You know what I'm saying? She's one of the good ones.
Going back to that last comment you popped up, it's because the term people of color,
what's up,
the
Nick?
term minorities, the term urban communities engrops everyone, right? They never just say black. They never say melanated. They never say terms that essentially targeted us to support us. It's kind of like if you ever go, and I'll give some of your viewers this very short, this very short history lesson. Not even history lesson. If you go to all the Congressional Caucus websites, if you go to the Asian one, if you go to the Hispanic one, they're speaking specifically to Hispanics. They are speaking to specifically Asians. Then you go to the Congressional Black Caucus, which I term and coin Congressional Immigrant Caucus, because they started to speak about immigrants. They started speaking about minorities. They never just say black, because we need to understand people like Sheila Jackson Lee is an immigrant, right? So anytime the term reparations comes up, she is trying to thwart the conversation to, well, what is reparation? And well, we have HR 40, but HR 40 is a study about slavery. We don't need any more information, no more studies.
We know already
about slavery. We already know. It's like they're trying to throw, all of a sudden teaching people about history. And then when you relate it to race or slavery or enslaved Africans, that's CRT. That's critical race theory. All of a sudden.
Well, the Hood Conservative said it best. The CBC is the enemy territory. I call it the Congressional Black Caucus.
That works too. I go with that as well.
The Congressional Black Caucus, where you got idiots like Jim Clyburn, who sits up there and, he talks to these white people with respect. He talks to the Hispanics with respect. But when he's talking to black people, melanated people, FBA, ADOS, it's like he has that sit down, shut up attitude.
Did you know recently, and I know you probably know this, I think it was maybe no longer than 2 months ago, Jim Clyburn passed legislation to give the Catawba Indian tribe reparations. Did you know that?
Yeah, Marcel told me about that.
Yeah, he gave them reparations, but he never spoke about reparations for Black Americans, right? If you look at some of the atrocities that the American government has bestowed on certain groups, like even the Japanese, when the Japanese was in the internment camps, did you know they've given all those Japanese a $20,000 check? But as soon as Black Americans say, hey, our forefathers were hung, burned, dismembered, raped, tortured. We went through slavery. We went through the Black Reconstruction. We went through Jim Crow. We went through the Red Summer of 1919, where they destroyed all of the Black economic and stole our land and put highways through our cities. Everybody wants to benign neglect the history when it comes to giving us what we are owed by the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors that did the work. I just don't understand how we're still voting for a political party who lines us up and tells us one party is more racist than their party, and they lay out catfish nuggets and fish fries and butter biscuits and act like, oh, this is what Clyburn does every year. He gets catfish nuggets together and butter biscuits and say vote Democrat. And consistently, we are continuing to vote for a party that does nothing for us. So when people tell me I'm going to vote for the lesser of two evils, and they're trying to state that at the time Donald Trump is more even than Joe Biden, I'm just like, okay, where's the proof? Where's the proof? Where are the policies? Where are the acts? Where's the legislation? Show me some of the bills that were introduced by Donald Trump that target and affected Black people on a whole. Show me some legislation that Donald Trump has passed that benign neglects Black people like they haven't done any other group. These are the things that we need to ask ourselves before we just vote blue no matter who.